Alright, what is going on, guys? My name is Leon Master. Welcome back to another Overwatch League news video. And today, guys, it's not going to be a super long video today. We only have two things to really talk about today, but I feel like they're really big and important moves that I need to make a whole video about, and I'm not going to wait for more. We have Dallas Fuel and Guangzhou Charge making some moves, some actually interesting moves that is good to talk about, I feel like. To start it off, we have the Dallas Fuel signing Jecse to the roster. The main support void has now been filled with Jecse. Now all we need is the hit skin spot to be filled with the Dallas Fuel. And keep in mind, if you're underwhelmed with Jecse being signed to the Dallas Fuel, there's still a chance they could sign a main support, but I highly doubt it. But on my thoughts of Jecse being on the Dallas Fuel, I do gotta say, I am, like I said like a couple seconds ago, I am somewhat underwhelmed that it is Jecse, but I do have some high hopes that Jecse can perform well on the Dallas Fuel. For Jecse performing really good as he did on the Houston Outlaws under that team, how really poorly it was kind of made, and there's a lot of issues behind the scenes, and the coaches they had was like Harsha. I feel like Jecse being one of the better players on that team next to Dante shows a lot of how much potential he has to be on a team like the Dallas Fuel. I definitely think if you imagine Jecse around the team he's in, like imagine seeing Jecse these next couple of months around Fearless, Hanbin, Doha, and who the next hit skin's going to be, and him under Rush, Young, and Aid, especially if Aid, as we know of right now, he was a support coach for like FD God and Fielder. Imagine what Aid can do to Jecse to make him even better than he was these past couple of seasons in the Overwatch League. I think there is a lot of potential of Jecse coming into the Dallas Fuel. I will say I am underwhelmed right now, but I definitely think that will change later on. Like I've said already, the team that is surrounding him with Fearless, Hanbin, Doha, Sparkle, the team that's just there, I think Jecse is going to do a good job on the Fuel. I definitely think there was more options, but if they are going for that Element Mystic kind of core kind of players, I guess you could say, Jecse could be the one. Also, apparently Jecse had some synergy with Fearless in the past, and also in general you have Jecse and Repel if that ever needed to come in. I highly doubt that Dallas will run Jecse and Repel, but hey, anything can be thrown at us because they have Fielder, who's been a top off support this past season, and he was a top off support on ping, and when he's going to be off ping, most likely I hope all the Dallas Field players will come to the facility and be around kind of like the team atmosphere this time around, and hopefully COVID does not ruin everything. Jecse with Fielder will be probably a really good and aggressive duo with Fearless, with Hanbin, and whoever the DPS lineup is going to be. I think Jecse could fit this team. Like I've already said already, of him being under Rush, Aid, and Young, I think there's a lot of potential to see Jecse be a top main support this next season if everything works out for them, which I definitely think there will be a lot of things working out for Jecse this season. And maybe they just sign him as a backup right now, but I highly doubt Jecse is going to be signed as a backup. He's definitely a starter worthy of a player, but I do gotta say he is the weakest point on this roster on paper when it comes to Dallas Fuel wanting to win a championship right now. But anything can happen. Jecse can become the best player on this team next season. Will we all be surprised? But who knows? But anyways, on to our next topic. Guangzhou Charge gave us a shocker of a pickup. A very shocker. And if you guys have not seen, Guangzhou Charge has picked up Kariv as their new off support, being a replacement for Shu. Now I gotta say, I'm honestly a big fan of this move. I definitely think Kariv coming in to replace Shu is probably your best bet. If Kariv is going to perform like he did on LA Valiant, he's going to be a top off support, especially under the new coaching, Arachne, however you say his name, and the new players they'll potentially have. And Kariv being assigned Krong, and maybe even the new potential pickups they'll have, I definitely think Kariv will be that top off support we knew from back in LA Valiant. And in times on Toronto Defiant, this past couple of games of Toronto Defiant, I definitely think Kariv has potential to be that good once again on our new team, full Korean as well, so there'll be no language barriers, and under new coaching staff. I definitely think we'll see Kariv come into a whole new player, kind of like LA Valiant. I feel like he probably won't have any struggles on Toronto Defiant. We'll see some top performances from him for sure, I feel like. If not, going to be very sad to see, but I think Kariv being on the Guangzhou Charge, one of the best replacements to see for Shu. Is he Shu level? Not just yet, but maybe he will be even better than Shu under this new team and under new coaching. I have high hopes for that, but as it stands right now, I think Shu has been way better than Kariv this past season, but they're both going to different teams now. Shu's on LA Gladiators and Kariv's on the Guangzhou Charge. Love to see how this turns out in the future, though. I have a lot of high hopes for Kariv on the Guangzhou Charge, and also Jecse on the Dallas Fuel. Now to another thing I wanted to bring into this video. On Twitter and also YouTube, I asked what your guys' thoughts were on these signings. On Twitter, I asked what were your thoughts on Jecse, and on YouTube, I asked your guys' thoughts on Kariv on the Guangzhou Charge. Let's start off with Jecse real quick. I basically asked, what are your thoughts on Jecse being signed to the Dallas Fuel? And I have that AFK noob replying, weakest link on the Fuel, which says a lot about the caliber of this team. Probably the best main support in the free agency, though, so I'll take it. And I can absolutely agree with this. He's definitely one of the best main supports you could find in the free agency. There's probably a lot more that I can't think of right now. Sanguinara comes in my head right now, but there's probably a few more. But absolutely, we got to say, weakest link on the field does say a lot of how much this team has right now. Because like I keep looking over it. They have Fearless, Hanbin. That's going to be a top tank duo for sure. At least I hope it is. And whoever their hit scan is going to be, I'm really feeling like it's going to be Happy. I really feel like it because I don't see anyone else. Maybe it's going to be Siomitsu coming out of nowhere, but I feel like it's going to be Happy because he was once on Element Mystic for a little bit. And him playing beside Doha, Sparkle, and could be really good. I don't see XZ joining Dallas Field. There's been a lot of things saying no at this point. But yeah, I do gotta agree with you. Jecse was probably one of the best main supports Dallas Field could have gotten, especially he was on Element Mystic as well, has some synergy with Repel, and I think even Fearless, so it makes sense they got Jecse in general. And now we have Manuel saying, if under Harsha and Dream he was solid, can't imagine what he will become under Rush. Sad that the rival team signed him, but happy that he found a team. He deserved it. And yes, Jecse does deserve it. He worked really hard in the Houston Outlaws last season. One of the best players next beside Meko and Dante. Yes, Jecse had a lot of inconsistent moments, but at the same time, still one of the better players. And I do gotta say, like I said already earlier in the video, under Harsha and Dream, he was a good player. Imagine him under the coach staff Dallas has right now of Young, Aid, and Rush. Could even become one of the best main sports that are even close to the top 3 or top 5, who knows, but he can easily become one of the best ones. Now on YouTube with Kariv, I have one reply for you guys. It's from Paul the Playful Panda, and he says, quality replacement for Shu. If Kariv gets back to his Valiant levels, he can contend with any flex sport in the league, and absolutely I agree with that if he does get back to his LA Valiant levels, which I think he will under this new coaching, around a new team, full Korean basically. And also with Eileen, I definitely think Kariv can definitely be one of the best flex sports we'll have next season if everything works out well with him, with the new coaching, and just everything that'll be surrounding the Guangzhou Charge. I definitely think it'll be a great season for this team, depending on also what they sign more. But I definitely think Kariv being one of the first signings they made is a good sign. But we'll need to also see what goes on later, because they definitely still need some tanks, they need some DPS. All around, there's a lot that they still need. Who knows what route they're also going to go in for signing players. Gonna be an interesting one for the Guangzhou Charge. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to stay more in tune to Overwatch League news and Overwatch League stuff in general, don't forget to subscribe down below. And also, don't forget to join my Discord down below as well. And don't forget to follow my Twitter and my Twitch. And don't forget to hit that bell. And don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.